Wait, hold on. Did you know this? Eating just 2 eggs every day can actually change your body in amazing ways. Like your brain gets sharper, your eyes get stronger, and your body gets more energy to move and work better. I didn't believe it at first, but this is real. Eggs are full of powerful nutrients your body needs every single day. But listen, don't go yet, because in the next video, I'll show you something even more shocking about eggs that most people don't know. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. So make sure you follow now and hit that subscribe button on YouTube, because the next part is where it gets really interesting.
What happens if you eat 2 eggs every day for 30 days? The truth will surprise you. What if I told you that one of the most feared foods for decades might actually be one of the most powerful for your body? A food that people were warned about, limited, even avoided completely, could be quietly transforming your health in ways you never imagined. And here's the real question. What would actually happen if you ate 2 eggs every single day for 30 days? Would your cholesterol skyrocket? Would your heart be at risk? Or would something completely unexpected happen inside your body? Today, we're not guessing. We're breaking it down, day by day, nutrient by nutrient, based on real science. And by the end of this, you might completely rethink what you eat every morning. But before we jump into the results, we need to understand something most people never ask. What are you really putting into your body when you eat 2 eggs? Because this is where everything begins. 2 eggs may look small, simple, almost insignificant, but inside them, there's a nutritional profile that's surprisingly dense. In just 2 eggs, you're getting around 13 grams of high-quality protein. Not just any protein. This is considered the gold standard of protein quality. Why? Because it contains all essential amino acids your body cannot produce on its own. That means your body doesn't struggle to use it. It absorbs it efficiently. But protein is just the beginning. Inside those 2 eggs, you're also getting vitamins A, D, E, K, B12, and folate. Minerals like iron, zinc, selenium, phosphorus, and iodine. And healthy fats your body actually needs to function properly. All of that in roughly 150 calories. Now here's where things start to get interesting. Because despite all of this, people have been afraid of eggs for one main reason: cholesterol. For decades, we were told that eating eggs would raise cholesterol levels and increase the risk of heart disease. It sounded logical. Egg yolks contain about 200 milligrams of cholesterol, so the assumption was simple. Eat cholesterol, raise cholesterol. But here's the twist. Modern research over the last 20 years has revealed something very different. For most healthy individuals, dietary cholesterol has very little impact on blood cholesterol. Why? Because your body is smarter than you think. It regulates cholesterol internally. When you eat more cholesterol, your liver produces less. When you eat less, your liver produces more. It's a balanced system. And here's something even more surprising. Studies have shown that eating eggs can actually improve your cholesterol profile, not worsen it. It can increase HDL, the good cholesterol, and even change LDL particles into a less harmful form. So suddenly, the food we feared is not the enemy. And that realization changes everything. But what happens when you actually commit to eating 2 eggs every day for 30 days? Let's start with your brain, because this is where one of the most powerful effects begins. Inside eggs, there's a nutrient called choline, and most people don't even know it exists, yet it's essential for your brain. Choline is used to produce acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter responsible for memory, learning, and focus. Without enough choline, your brain simply doesn't function at its best. And here's the problem. Most people are deficient. Now imagine this. For 30 days, you consistently supply your body with one of the richest sources of choline available. What happens? Your brain gets what it's been missing. You may notice sharper thinking, better focus, improved memory, and this isn't speculation. Choline has been studied extensively for its role in cognitive function and long-term brain health, but here's something even deeper. During pregnancy, choline plays a critical role in fetal brain development. meaning this nutrient doesn't just affect how you think, it can influence how a human brain is built. Now let's shift to something happening quietly every single day. Your eyes. You don't feel it, you don't notice it, but your eyes are constantly under stress. Screens, artificial light, sunlight, all of it generates oxidative damage in your retina. Over time, this damage accumulates, and eventually it can lead to conditions like macular degeneration or cataracts. But here's where eggs come in. Egg yolks contain two powerful antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds accumulate in your retina and act as a protective filter against harmful light. Think of them as built-in sunglasses for your eyes, and studies have shown that higher intake of these nutrients is linked to a lower risk of vision loss. But here's the key detail most people miss. The lutein and zeaxanthin in eggs are highly bioavailable. That means your body absorbs them better than from many vegetables. So over 30 days, you're not just eating eggs, you're building protection for your vision. Now, let's talk about something most people struggle with daily. Hunger, not real hunger, cravings, that urge to snack even when you don't need to. Here's the truth. This has less to do with willpower and more to do with hormones. When you eat eggs, your body releases hormones like peptide YY and GLP-1. These signals tell your brain, you're full. And when that happens, something powerful occurs. You naturally eat less, without trying, without forcing yourself. Studies have shown that people who eat eggs for breakfast consume fewer calories throughout the day compared to those who eat refined carbohydrates. Same calories, different outcome. So after 30 days, you may notice something unexpected: less hunger, better control, and possibly even weight loss, without feeling deprived. Now let's go deeper, because something else is happening inside your body, something you can't see, but you will feel: your muscles. After the age of 30, your body begins to lose muscle mass gradually. Every year, it's called sarcopenia, and it's one of the main reasons people feel weaker as they age. But eggs contain leucine, an amino acid that acts like a trigger for muscle repair and growth. When leucine is present, your body receives a signal to maintain and build muscle. And since egg protein is highly efficient, your body actually uses it effectively. So after 30 days, you're not just eating protein, you're actively supporting your strength, your mobility, your long-term independence. Now let's talk about something more subtle, but just as important: your mood. Have you ever had days where you feel off without knowing why? There's a biochemical reason behind that. Eggs contain tryptophan, an amino acid used to produce serotonin. Serotonin regulates mood, emotional balance, and overall well-being. Low levels are linked to anxiety and depression. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Tryptophan also helps produce melatonin, which controls your sleep cycle. So over 30 days, you may not just feel better mentally, you may sleep better too. And when sleep improves, everything improves. Your energy, your focus, your decisions. Now let's return to something critical: heart health. Because despite everything we've discussed, this is still where people hesitate. But modern research is clear. For most people, eggs do not increase the risk of heart disease. In fact, they may even support heart health through bioactive compounds that help regulate blood pressure and reduce inflammation. The real danger isn't eggs, it's processed foods, trans fats, excess sugar, and yet eggs took the blame. Now here's the final piece of the puzzle. How you eat eggs matters. Raw eggs? Not a good idea. Your body only absorbs about 50% of the protein. Cooked eggs? Over 90%. Cooking also neutralizes a compound called avidin, which blocks biotin absorption. So cooking eggs isn't optional, it's essential. Boiled or steamed eggs are the best options. And here's the most important rule of all: do not remove the yolk, because when you do, you're removing most of the nutrients, most of the vitamins, most of the antioxidants, and over 40% of the protein. You're not making the egg healthier, you're stripping it. So after 30 days of eating 2 whole eggs every day, what's the verdict? You may experience better brain function, stronger protection for your eyes, improved muscle support, more stable energy, less hunger, better mood, and for most people, no negative impact on heart health. So now I want to ask you something. After everything you just heard, would you try it? If this video changed the way you see eggs, hit the like button, share it with someone who still fears egg yolks, because they need to hear this. And tell me in the comments, how many eggs do you eat per day? Subscribe for more science-based content that challenges what you think you know, because sometimes the truth about your health is hiding in the simplest foods.